Are you sure? 'Cause it looks messy to me.
It's fine. Okay, it should be up. Not getting.
It's not showing up on Facebook.
It won't be showing up on Facebook.
Are you gonna send me the link?
Yeah. So I'm hoping this works. I sent you the link. Nope, hasn't sent yet. Should be. Da, 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 da.
What are you doing?
Being silly. Obviously. Oh no, it's choppy. And I don't know how to get it less choppy. Is my voice at least coming clear, or is it being choppy with the video?
You need time to let it load, love. It doesn't want to stay live for me, but I think that's because we've got so many things going on.
Yeah. Gonna have to just go as is.
It's being a little bit choppy. Is the stream the only thing you have on that computer?
Yeah.
You don't have any other tabs open?
Got Facebook and another YouTube and a live encoder setting tab, which I can close now. But other than that, I don't have any games running.
Let's pause that. See if that helps at all.
It won't, because that has nothing to do with internet connection.
With honey.
Okay. Just sharing on Facebook. And Circus stream. Set that.
Now it's getting a little bit better.
Yeah. It's a
So
little.
it's a bad.
Yeah. Okay, well. Do it this way. Apparently I have 3 viewers.
3 people watching, yeah.
1 is you, 1 is me. So who's number 3, I
I
wonder?
thought you were told not to watch. Just go to the chat, okay?
Yeah, I see that. Thanks. Oh. I closed, okay, I don't need, I still have the chat popped out anyway. You can have this back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I closed the tab and I still have the live chat, so.
Okay.
Thank you anyway. Like I was saying, the Invitational Battle Royal, 6th annual, so we've been doing this 6 years straight. The only hiccups that we've had with the Battle Royal has been just dates. And so with that being said, one is tomorrow night, start time at 9:30. Hoping to have the live stream up and going just shortly before, so you'll end up seeing a whole bunch of setup and prep.
Shenanigans.
And a whole whack ton more. As long as everything holds up and everything is good, live stream will go until the event is completely done. Done this 6 years. First year we had a serious accident, and due to his kind will and everything, he allowed us to continue on around him. And that is, he has appeared before the Battle Royal. He took me on one-on-one, and him and I had an awesome anywhere fall match through Twister's Gym. Went around the building about twice. We had so much fun. Threw me downstairs. That was awesome. What else? Since his unfortunate accident, he has done one match, and that was, I think, 2 years ago. He took me on in an impromptu match after I finished a triple threat Ironman match. 1 hour. And him and I put on a 5-10 minute match. I was dog exhausted from the hour, but still put up with it. Will he show up in the future? I hope so. I always have fun taking him on. And I know he has fun kicking my ass, so it's feelings mutual. This Battle Royal, what am I looking forward to? A whole bunch of stuff. The guys have put on 2 shows without me being the face, the front runner, and they've done an excellent job. So this Battle Royal, I'm hoping a lot. I'm hoping to have a great time and have a blast doing it. What Mindset for bombs for breakfast. Okay, let's go back almost. It's September 1st right now, so let's go back 11 months. Okay, we are. I think that was just shortly after the trick or beating event. I think it was that week. On my way to work, I got hit by a truck. And it has taken me, since then, 9-10 months to get everything back. So, that would explain the Bombs for Breakfast hiatus, because my whole world was in disarray, and that caused our wrestling to be in disarray. It canned one event, which I was so looking forward to. I was making sure my healing would not hinder it, and it did. It was the Great Canadian Winter Bash, and missed out on a awesome opportunity. But it is what it is. Everybody just wanted me to heal and make sure I came back this year ready to take names, and that's kind of where my head's at. Fast forward to about March, I get the okay to go part-time, 2 hours a day, 3 days a week for work. And that's when I start talking with the guys, and we all agreed that BFB shouldn't have a hiatus. We gotta keep the ball rolling. We gotta keep our names out there. We gotta not stay so rusty. So I passed the reins off to Vic. He put together events. I helped out where I can, when I could, and how I could. First event, I think I was cameraman. That was fun. That was nerve-wracking. That made me upset. That made me depressed, because I'm stuck behind the camera watching the guys do what they do, and they do it so well. And I wanted to do it. I wanted to put the camera down and jump right in. But for certain circumstances, I had to stay away from camera. I had to kind of not be so out there. And if that wasn't the case, I would have been in a heartbeat. There was so much stuff I would have done. But at the end of the night, I walked away happy that the guys did what they did, and they did it well. They did extremely well. I couldn't expect any less. I couldn't even expect any more. They went above and beyond. That event was May. Yeah, May. Because then we go to July. July was a little bit different. By now, I was working full-time. my injuries, my external injuries healed by Christmas, I would say. My mental issues and everything from the accident, not life growing up, but my mental state was healing. It was on the mend through May. Going into July, I really had the bug, and we wanted to somehow get the ball rolling, try to get some sort of buzz for the Battle Royal, what possibly could happen, what you possibly could see. And we worked around certain situations and circumstances that we had to cut and paste certain way of the footage, so I could do some stuff. And Thriller came back and kind of left a mark. It left a smile on my face. It wasn't quite a satisfying smile, but it was enough to, okay, this will hold until the next event. And now the next event, Battle Royal. And after everything was said, done, and settled, the footage of what Thriller did do was allowed to pop out, and a lot of people were surprised that I showed, just because of situation. And now I hope certain people are gonna come out, watch, because what I did at the last event is kind of an inkling to what I possibly could do this event. Yeah, there's a lot going on with Bombs for Breakfast, because let's put it out there. Aside from Thriller, okay, Deadhead. Deadhead has I think he has 2 rematches still. He has a rematch for the Fallout and Free For All title. So that could be done this year. Gremlin just got Gizmo back, so you know he's happy. What does that mean for him in the future? Don't know. Gremlin's just one of those characters that shows up. Hey, Jamie. Yes, Jamie, the ref. He will be there. If not, we're gonna have to hunt him down in Abbotsford or wherever he may be, and drag him to the venue. Jamie, you've been our ref for what? You've been doing this 6 years, so 4 years? You've been our ref? As for, I know you want to do stuff, and I have plans, Jamie. Some are good, some may be bad, but we're going to all work together tomorrow night. We're going to have a blast tomorrow night. We're gonna be sore tomorrow night. What was I saying? Okay, Gremlin,
Got Gizmo back.
yeah, he got Gizmo back. What he'll be doing in the future, who knows? He's just there to have fun. I'm going to say 4.
For what?
Jamie, what do you mean you're going 4? 4 for what? Gremlin. Mr. Butt. News just broke. He's in a foreign exchange. He's in buttfuck middle of Siberia right now. So, will we see him back? Who knows? I'm pretty much putting him on the shelf because I can't do anything with him right now, and I actually have plans for something that will be maybe known this year, either soon or 4 years. Yeah, I would definitely. It's 4 years that you've been a ref because you didn't ref the first battle royal, and I think the second one, one of my exes did. So yeah, you would be. I think you were starting that year, but it was before the battle royal, or maybe it was at the battle royal. You and Corey. That was your guys' like first reffing incident. Either way, it worked out. Yeah, so my idea, you might hear of it soon. It'll be after the battle royal, won't be during. Might be as early as October, and I'm thinking as late as March. The idea might be out there. This idea of mine is in the works with 1 to 2 other people, possibly 3. It all depends. We're been spitballing every time when all of us guys get together. We had a barbecue and everything else. We spitball ideas and everything. So it's all on timing and who can do what and everything. So that's why I say earliest would be October if everybody shows up and can do what we can do. We'll have that idea going. The latest, like I said, is March because then it'll be like the first event in for Bombs for Breakfast. Okay, so that pretty much covers me. Let's go down the line here. Who would be next? Vic. If he showed up on the chat, I bet you he can give some feedback.
Could tell everybody how much trouble we got in at the last event.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but at last event, I'm sure everybody saw the brutality. I think this is the most brutal event that we showcased for Bombs for Breakfast. And by brutal, I think chair shots just don't even begin to cover the brutality of everything. But you saw, if you haven't seen now, you gotta check it out. The amount of chair shots that Vic and the innovator Dan gave each other. Let's see, what was I saying? The chair shots were surreal, and the brutality that they were doing to each other was it made me cringe because it affected the venue. But they sold it. They sold it well. Dan Dan is definitely the one that got us in trouble that night.
Which is okay. It was accidental.
It was all our brutality is usually accidental anyway. We don't do it to hurt one another. It's just we get caught up in the moment. We just release it. We can't quite control everything. We try our best, and
everybody just got very in the moment.
And Dan was definitely, the moment had Dan. He didn't have the moment. The moment had him, and he wailed and wailed and wailed and wailed on Big Boss. And chair was kind of okay. It was bent, given, okay. But what damage happened at the venue is when Dan took the chair and threw it down, the peg in the leg, the casing, got lodged into the mat. We didn't know, but I remember after the event, I remember looking at all the chairs, and I'm like looking and seeing this one without a leg. I'm like, what the hell, did it just like fly off or something while the chair shots were happening? Next day or the day after. No, day after, because I got the message at work. The owner of the venue sends me a message saying that he got a message from the people saying that there was damage done, and I kind of flipped out. I instantly responded back. I'm like, what damage? I didn't see any damage. Got pictures or something? I'm terribly sorry. Usually we don't damage. And sends me this picture. And I had no idea what it was. But you could see this like dark hole and looked like in a carpet. And I was trying to think, is that the wall mat that we wrestled on? And I'm like kind of thinking, okay. They took a picture, the flash reflected the mat back. Okay. That makes sense because there's nothing really this dark gray, this metal gray in that building. There's concrete, the green wall, and the mat. There's some bookshelves and the trampoline and the trampoline wall and the other mats. So the only thing that made sense was the black mat itself. Okay, watching the footage. Watched it over and over, and okay, well, maybe it's when Vic did this. No, the leg didn't quite match up. And I'm sorry, but when Vic gets caught up in the moment, he tends to give a little more oomph in his chair shots. So instantly, that's where I went with my way of thinking. And no, lo and behold, it was Dan near the end of the event when he threw the chair down in frustration and everything, and kind of saw that the chair didn't quite land flush. It landed on an angle, and it landed leg first. And if after that chair has been through the ringer against these two guys, that would have made sense that something so simple lost the leg. So instantly, I messaged back the owner. And I told him, thanks. I let the guys know. And we are currently working with fail-safes to make sure this does not happen again. And there will be chair shots and bombs for breakfast, but for right now, we're going to kind of dial it a little bit back from the chair shots. Tables, yeah, Yeah, there may be tables. Kindle sticks, the black stick, signs. We're gonna still do our dance with our lovely arranged set of toys and still make people cringe and shake their heads at us and be like, why would you do that to somebody? Okay, so let's going down the line here. Vic, what is he up to as Big Boss? Started the other avenue. It's now him and Dozer apparently, and apparently they're wearing face masks. So apparently, if you're in the other avenue, face masks is a must, which would explain why Big Boss was a little intrigued by Thriller when he showed up. So the other avenue. So far, it's a duo group. Big Boss is definitely setting the bar. He is walking into this battle royal with the title, which has been only done by two other people, Deadhead, and now him. Walking out with the battle royal and showing up the next year with the title. And last year, I think that's when Deadhead did it. This year, it's him. Will we see Big Boss and Deadhead started off this year? Gonna have to come out. Langley venue. Where would that? There we go. Langley venue. Address is right there. Time is right there. Mission is free. But if you want to donate, you're gonna help the cause. We're still in need of funds for a ring. We're making a step up. We're gonna live stream this event. The first for Bombs for Breakfast. Bombs for Breakfast event.
No, we've live streamed once before.
We live streamed the free for all. That's now a Bombs for Breakfast event.
Right.
That was a partnership. That was a partnership. This is our event.
Official live stream event.
This is our event. This is be our stream. And hopefully we have sound. Because, the free for all, we were all old school, no sound. Vic, El Toro. We saw him and Jalapeno duke it out for whatever reason. Somebody had sex with somebody, or they ate an enchilada that they didn't like. I don't know. Those guys, masked wrestlers. What can I say? What was two events ago? We also saw the debut of Cool Guy. Cool Guy made a shout out to Deadhead that they need to get together. So hopefully he shows up more. That'd be awesome. Who else? I think that's it. Dan, the innovator, still has his free-for-all title that he won from Vaughn 2 events ago. Oh, I mean, Princess Snowflake. Sorry, Vaughn had to change his name to Princess Snowflake after the match because he lost. And the only title that he liked, that only meant anything to him, is the fanny pack. Can't forget the fanny pack. Which oddly enough, there was a masked wrestler that was also named Princess Snowflake, so gotta look more into that. But that masked wrestler, Princess Snowflake, he's pretty cool. Like I said, the masked wrestlers, El Toro and jalapeno. Don't know with those guys. They're just there. They're fun. Okay, Jamie. You got a wedding tomorrow morning? Have fun. Don't be so bagged at the event. Get a nap in if you can. Or max out on 2 energy drinks. Don't go more than that if you do that. Or get some coffee. Coffee's safer. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Who else we got? We got Dozer. Don't know what his game plan is. His end game is taking the FFA title off of Dan, which we thought originally his end game was taking the Fallout title off of Big Boss, but he kind of turned on Claypot during the match. Those going after the FFA title, that's completely new. We definitely welcome the FFA title into our company, since it will no longer be in tournaments with the Von Chan. We've come to a nice agreement of sorts with the title. Will it be renamed? That's not for me to say. What will happen with the title? Well, it's in Dan's hands right now. Whose hands will it be in after? Don't know. Maybe it'll happen at the Battle Royal here. It's not up for grabs at the Battle Royal. But who knows? There's been times where stuff happens after the Battle Royal. Look at Gremlin. Gremlin stole it from Vic Boss. Won the title. Dozer come out. Gets his rematch. Squashes Gremlin. So who knows? Dan may walk out with both titles in his hand, and Deadhead will come out and be like, I want a rematch right now. Take the free-for-all title. Or take them both at the same time. Be like, I cash in both right here, right now. I'll beat you. Both titles on the line in one match. Ideas galore. Claypot. Crazy frog entrance, jumping over the rail, tall man, stoner. What have we seen? Well, let's go. First things first with Claypot. The ref incident. He's being very vocal about being screwed by a certain ref. And it has been since the free-for-all title. And that was just a really interesting incident, and it hasn't gone quiet since. In front of the cameras or in the back, or even at barbecues. It's the one thing that is always going to be mentioned, will always be brought up, and Clay is definitely vocalizing his opinion, and he's almost having it out to the point of he's going to have a what is the term I'm looking for? Something that is yours only, exclusive ref for his matches. Now, who that may be, don't know. Will he get one at the Battle Royal when he comes out? Don't know. But we know Jamie's going to be reffing, and Jamie is the ref that is at the heart of this whole issue with Claypot and certain refs it was Jamie himself that did a fast count on Claypot, I mean. And yeah, so, and then you throw in Dozer turning on him. So yeah, he's definitely not going to be liking refs unless it's, what was it? Deadhead. I think it was Deadhead that refed a match that he didn't mind. Probably the only ref that he's come across that was mediocre at best. What else? In terms of after this event, one sec. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something a little personal. And, in terms of what may happen after this event. After this event, what is Bombs for Breakfast looking towards? Possibly 2 events. Okay. The guys are looking forward to trick or beating. It's as big as the Battle Royal is. This is our showcase of ability and being able to work with everybody at the same time. It helps us kind of plan where we want to go by the next Battle Royal. It's like, hey, I touched with you on this, or I touched with you on that. Let's build something out of it. Like trick or beating. Trick or beating is a gong show and a half. And by that, I mean it's shenanigans. Straight up shenanigans. Look at last year. We had the first ever invisible flaming ladder cage match. And that all came out of my head for the simple fact that I saw an invisible cage match. And I was like, you know what? Let's take that and crank it to 100. Let's make it flaming. And I think it was Vic is like, oh, then we gotta have a ladder. We gotta like make it look like we're climbing a ladder for one of the belts. And I'm like, okay, this is so far over the top that we cannot have it for anybody other than the masked wrestlers. And it just so happened that the long-going feud with the masked wrestlers, storyline-wise, has been the Gizmo incident. So having Gizmo hanging just was the icing on that whole idea. Will we have another? Probably. Because that one, the timing and everything just worked. Why we did it, again, shenanigans. We had fun. We had a blast. We had fun selling everything. What?
The igniting of the cage, that was all entirely his.
Oh, the Schweppes igniting the cage on fire, that and doing it Kane style. That was all his own doing, and for all of us to react to it at the same time without rehearsal. We do this by the shit of our pants. So we all timed it well. It made that just much more. The only thing that we kind of premeditated was the size of the cage, because we don't have a ring. If we had a ring, then we have dimensions to work within. This an idea that's on the board, on the wall. No, none that is sticking at the moment, because right here is our focus. Not the light, but the banner there, the poster. That's our focus, and that's where our head is right now. If we look past this, then we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to forget a lot of stuff that we want to do for this event. This event, as much as it's a Royal Rumble style, is our WrestleMania. And it comes all right down to that first one. I think that will be how I look at it is that has always been our bar. We had a major accident. We learned from it. And I think for a long time, a lot of us didn't want to do a suplex. But we prevailed. We helped each other out, overcome that obstacle. It even took Clay Pot a long time to suplex, and lo and behold, he suplexed me. And I think that was at my birthday meeting. And when it was perfect. He learned from his mistake. He saw all of us do and take and receive suplexes over and over. And I hope to see more coming out of him. It is always fun to see Clay Pot out there. His energy, his way of thinking. I don't think there's any better entrance music that complements his personality. Yeah, he comes out too Crazy Frog. Mainly, he does do smoke 2 joints from 2 other artists, but to me, Crazy Frog is him, and he's fast, but he's also powerful, and he's good at what he does. What else can I say? Sheesh. I'm very surprised that freaking Vic is not on. I mean, he's maybe streaming something. Who knows? No, if he was streaming, then my Facebook would be blowing up about it. But what else can I say? 4 bombs for breakfast right now. Or would we have more guys coming in the future? Maybe. Possible. I've been feeling out one person, seeing if he would or not. I think it would be kind of cool if he did, but it's I guess when you see wrestling and stuff, and then when you goof around with your friends, and then somebody like seriously asks you, "Hey, well, do you want to do this for what I'm doing?" And then it just gets into the mindset that you'd be doing it a lot harder, or receiving it a lot harder. And for us, we try to work with everybody's comfort level. More or less, I'm the training dummy, and I can scale everybody's capability quite well. Vic would be the next best to do tests with and everything. So, if I can't do it, he would, and vice versa. So, needless to say, my pitch is, if you want to do wrestling, you can come and beat me up for like 5 minutes and see if you like it. Because we had Kodiak for what?
A couple events.
Two events, 2 matches. Like, he did not too bad. He was definitely green at the time, and I thought with a little more dedication, he would have been up there. For whatever reason, he liked the idea or couldn't make so much commitment or whatever it may be. He has shown up for an attendance appearance. Outside of that, though, don't think he's done much. He hasn't voiced much to me. If he wanted to come back, the Invitational Battle Royal, after all, has been open to all past members and anybody else willing to come out. Oh, there we go. Vic Boss shows up. Huzzah! No boom, no bang.
Hey, Nick.
Vic Boss TV. Yeah, so who else have we had past Battle Royal members? Well, Kodiak never showed up for a Battle Royal. Wanted him to. I think he would have been a great boulder and a giant obstacle for a lot of people. First Battle Royal, we had a whole bunch of new people. We had the Mangler and Twizzle or Twizzy. Currently editing a video for the Battle Royal. Cool. This is what I mean. When I pass the reins off to Victor, he runs with it, but doesn't go over the top. He goes with what we plan with, what we work with, and this company isn't owned just by me. It's owned by all the guys that put time, effort, whatever it is. Friggin' Twizzy. Yeah. I'll never forget that first Battle Royal. The new guys, all they could do is 3 moves. They made John Cena look like a university student. Take a suplex. Go for a pin. DDT. Punch. Kick. So many hilarious outtakes on that one.
Twizzy?
Yeah.
Twizzy hasn't been around since the first one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been talking about.
Oh.
Past members of Battle Royals that have shown up and come and gone.
Well, it was Claypot and who that were responsible for Eric?
Twizzy.
It was Twizzy.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought.
Yeah, Twizzy, the brother of the Joker, breaks the Joker's leg. Gotta love brotherly love. Told someone
Hey, you promised their mother that you would take care of Twizzy. You took care of Twizzy.
Yeah. I made the promise to the mother of the two that Twizzy would not be injured. I lived up. I fulfilled that promise because the older brother, there was no such deal. Yeah, I told someone to go for a pin and they ended up eliminating the guy. I was like, should I say pin and kick out? Yeah, maybe next time when it comes down to something like that. After all, Vic, you remember there was Joker, Twizzy, Mangler, Claypot. Those 4 people sitting right there. They all have one thing in common, and it's green. And it's not money. Yeah. So the brother was, instead of Twizzy, the brother of Twizzy was broken. Still feel bad. Just because after my and Joker's first match, we had plans. Like, I were bouncing back and forth so much stuff, and you look at that match and you look at the Battle Royal, what him and I have done, and I can take what he can dish, and he can dish pretty good moves. What would Bombs for Breakfast be like if he didn't break his leg? Probably him with the title at least 3 times by now. Like, freaking, you look at Claypot. He hasn't had the title since the Battle Royal. Okay, Vic. Let me know when you have unmuted me, if I'm still around. Let's see. Yeah, well, like I was saying, where would Bombs for BFB be with Joker right now if things were different? In all honesty, I think a lot different, more dynamic with Joker. Mat wrestling, him, Dan, and Vic, I think would put on an excellent mat wrestling. Like, in all honesty, it was really nice that it was me, Dan, and Dozer with Joker as the special ref. That would... I had fun. It felt like Bombs for Breakfast Year 1 all over. Who else? Rev. Let's go right back to the first ever event. Team Thriller versus Team Victor. Rev. What has he been up to? Too busy. Life has consumed him. Work has been his life. Another guy that, if he could, would have been really good. He sold his leg injury for the first event, and if he showed up, I guess that would be another person targeting Thriller for history reasons. What can I say? Thriller's not loved, he's hated, and he's doing something right. Pissing people off or disrupting people.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't have to be resurrected again anytime soon, though. It's a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah, resurrection. I'm going to go through a lot of candles. Thriller's mentality. Yeah, I want to touch on that right now. I've had since my accident, I've had a lot of reflecting on my characters, and there was a lot of times I was thinking, who can I shelf? Because I have a good idea, but I need to shelf somebody. I can't have all these characters and add my idea to it. It's too much for me to handle. I did a battle royal where I was all 4 characters, all 4. And I think at the end of the event, I was drenched in sweat, could barely move. How I finished it off with my last character, I don't know. I probably spent most of it down on the ground, but it is what it is. And will I do it again? No. Most I'll do is 3. I think that's where I've set my limit. I know where my limit is. Wherever I do 4, I would have to be really, really in better shape than I am, and I'm not near that. I can accept that. Will I get to it though? I hope to achieve it. It'd be nice to achieve it, but the only way to keep testing it is doing these battle royals. Unmuted, awesome. By any means, Vic, chime in on anything that I should touch on. Obviously, you probably haven't watched since the beginning, but your input is greatly appreciated. After all, I've tried and tried at the early start of this, on board, and I think with all my determination and what I've showed, won you over. And I appreciate that, won you over, because without you, wouldn't have had Dan, wouldn't have had Vaughn, and us 4 guys when we get together. It's funny. Like, look at a couple events ago, we all stand outside A&W while Vaughn's eating, just to make him really, really awkward. But hey, that's what we do. And we do it well. Thriller's mindset. Okay, I keep getting sidetracked on this. The Thriller that you saw at the last event is a Thriller you're going to see for the foreseeable future. By that, Thriller is going to be, how can I say it?
His mind is cracking?
It's more than his mind is cracking. He is now a persona. He's a character outside the being.
He's becoming a separate entity.
Yes, but he's not being a split personality. This is going outside the body. That's why you're going to see a lot of posts with me being like, I don't remember this. I blacked out. This doesn't look like me, the kind of stuff. And that's where I'm hoping to come off. And I don't mean to mimic what you're doing, Vic. What you're doing is awesome. I'm not trying to achieve that. What I'm trying to achieve is trying to make Thriller possible being in the same room with me. And I don't know how I'm going to achieve that, but I'm working towards it. After all, you dressed it up like Thriller, once, twice already? Trust point, I had no idea how I'd be treated. whole Fallout was pretty scary. Yeah, at the first battle royal, and Dan, you have it, when trust is broken with you, it's hard to regain it, and you were the first person that I vented my rage and frustration out after the fallout of everything. But I had a year to reflect it, and I had other people kind of talk me or talk some sense into me, being like, hey, look, this is probably how they looked at it, and the only person that was giving me answers was you, so obviously I couldn't hate you. But with having other people that I was just starting to get to know, my main focus was protecting you, because I know you and I know how well you worked, and everything else, that if I lost you, I would have lost a great in this whole path. So I needed to win you over above anything else. And especially at that battle royal, I was thinking, okay, good. My main focus was winning you over and making sure that Joker was a stable. And when one bridge kind of just lost its legs, no pun intended, my world started to crack just a little bit. And that was very frustrating. But then you and I met up at Centennial and gave Joker his beer, and you and I talked, and I think that probably, to me, I would say that was the point where you and I started being on the same page. You kind of saw where I wanted to go with this, and had nothing to do with heat or anger or any mixed emotion. Back to Thriller's mindset. Thriller is still much going to be a zombie. But it's more. You take Taker. Taker could be possessing people. Taker could be anybody. And that's kind of where I'm trying to go with Thriller. Would I want to play that deep level mind games? I don't know. But he's still going to be a zombie. And maybe that's where I'm trying to take this whole character out of the being, and Thriller being a zombie is kind of like the zombie being Thriller. Maybe Thriller is the zombie virus. Who knows? But I'm just trying to branch him out more, at the same time paying homage to traditional zombies, whether it's the voodoo way or a bite or just straight up spell resurrection. Thriller has always been my gentle nod to everything that I aspire and relate and like. Yes, there is an element of supernatural in Thriller. There always has been. Except my early thought of Thriller. Thriller used to be like this young kid that would be painted up a high flyer, and I didn't like that idea. So I killed him, literally killed him in my head, and then brought him back. And then it just kind of stuck. After the Joker incident, I feel that brought us closer again. I saw how you were taking care of the guys, and that inspired me. Well, no matter what, like, friggin', last event, when Thriller showed up and beat up both Dan and Big Boss, I had no idea the state Dan was in. I was trying to take it easy. I was excited. Like I said at the beginning, emotion takes control of us. We don't take control of emotion. And I didn't realize that Dan was in so much pain. But after a while, Dan kind of gave me the indication that he was, and kind of told me in his way that enough's enough. So I moved on. But every now, I sent him a text message a while ago and asked him how he was doing, and see his thoughts about the Battle Royal, and he let me know about his injuries and whatnot. So I jokingly said that, oh, it looks like he's going to be on bitch mints for the next little while, but I hope he takes it easy, and when he shows up, that we'll see what he can do, and we'll work around it. And that's all we can do. Like, friggin' Vic, you're back and everything else. If there's an injury, you kind of let us know, but I didn't realize that when you took your hiatus, that you were in that much pain. And if I knew, yeah, I would have taken it easy on you, and you knew that. But you also wanted, if this is your last match, to do an all or nothing. And that was one interesting event, because we kind of broke one of the rules of not practicing something before we do it. And you and I got in shit for it. But we did it, we smiled, we nodded, and I carried you back in, and my screen went black. There we go. And I had to give my hat off to you on your presence and everything. We got in shit some more once the event was completely over then.
I never have a problem giving you guys shit for doing something stupid. You want to do something stupid, practice it first, I won't complain. Do it right in the middle of the match for the first time, and yes, I'm going to give you all crap for it.
But we'll take getting in shit any day and roll with it. Because as sad as it is, I think what we can class Thriller and Victor is like Thelma and Louise. Is if they got into trouble, they'll do it together and they'll make it look good. Going back to Thriller, Supernatural. I love doing because then I have to rethink of what I was originally talking for, just generalization, bombs for breakfast, and then go back with comments. What Thriller is going to be, actually, I was touching on the fact that he pays tribute in his own way to a lot of stuff that I watched and idolized over, and I showcased that at the last event. Because originally, at the last event, if I knew I was going to be doing some moves, but I didn't want to go outside something that would make certain situations worse for me. So I had to take it easy, and I had to think of stuff that I could do that fell under this category. And all of a sudden, one of my favorite martial artists popped into my head. No, we saw something that made me think that I should do it, and it was the 1-inch punch. And that to me is Bruce Lee. And oddly enough, yes, Vaughn is the martial artist in the group. Second would be Vic. And then we just got wrestling and antics and everything else. But martial arts is not my forte. I don't have a martial art background. I have a little bits and pieces self-taught sort of stuff. But the one-inch punch is so easy to make it pro that I thought, well, why not? It is something that can be done. Now, looking back, I've looked back through so much footage and whatnot, and no one has made it really pro for whatever reason outside of a comedy routine, comedy stick. And today, Vic and I were talking on, chatting back and forth on Facebook about it, and it is stupidly retarded that it's not mainstream. It is such a fast move, easy setup, easy everything to execute and to sell and to that. It does its work for itself. So, I've made the decision that yes, the one-inch punch is going to be a staple in Thriller's moveset. Now, whether it's going to be a signature move or a backup finisher, I'm going back and forth on the whole idea. But, because right now Thriller's finishers are the Frog Splash and the TKO. Signatures, I think, is like the big boot and the super kick. I haven't really done much with the big boot yet. I'm thinking on dropping the big boot and giving the one-inch punch. Just because the one-inch punch, I try to channel my signatures that I can do to anybody. And then I have my finisher I can do to one finisher that I can do to anybody, and another finisher that I can do to anybody that's outside my weight class that I can't lift. So, I think that makes sense. No, I have one finisher that I can do well for my weight class, and then a backup finisher that I can do to anybody that I can't lift. Yeah.
Does that make more sense to you?
Oh, anything makes sense in my head right now. Gremlin. Do I have a finisher for Gremlin? I don't think I do.
Gremlin's never had a chance to develop it.
Yeah. Gremlin hasn't been around long enough to get a finisher off. No, I mean in a match to actually from beginning to win.
He's in a match long enough.
To actually win. He wins by shenanigans, and that's not a finisher. Deadhead, I think Deadhead has a finisher. I'd have to rewatch, but I'm pretty sure he does have a finisher. I think it's the Eye Poke of Doom is his finisher. The Kamehameha Eye Poke of Doom.
Yeah.
He's done it twice, and I think, yeah, that's his finisher.
I think when Gremlin gets a finisher, it should probably be called Shenanigans.
Don't know, but it's going to be up there. It has to be up there. But I got to figure out Gremlin's finisher. Deadhead, yes. Kamehameha. I did it because, again, I contribute what I like through my wrestling characters, and Deadhead being a, yes, rip-off of Deadpool, but in a sense kind of being like, if Deadpool was a professional wrestler, this is what Deadhead would be. Gremlin's finisher is the gizmo toss, man. The Gizmo throwing star. Yes, that could be a finisher. After all, Conan's when was it? TNA finisher was him taking off his shoe and throwing it at people. But back to Deadhead. Deadhead's Kamehameha is because of Dragon Ball, and anybody that knows Deadpool knows that he makes references to anything that's pop culture, because he is pop culture. And he breaks fourth wall, and he breaks so much other rules. It's stupid and funny. Fun. And so I figured if anybody could pull off a Dragon Ball thing, it would be him. Hey, Zombie Warrior. Deadhead. Yeah, so I gave him the eye poke question for answer for Mr. Warrior. Yeah, so I gave Deadhead a Dragon Ball reference move. So I'll just wait for Zombie Warrior 88 question. Let's see, what else can I touch on? But yeah, I need a much more practical finisher for Gremlin. Probably also need a practical finisher for Deadhead too. I think I have one for him. I'm not too sure. I'd have to watch footage, which I so love to do. Actually, it was interesting. Zombie, you can be a part of the Battle Royal if you come out. You challenged Thriller to a match about 3-4 years ago, and he's been waiting ever since. But if you can come out next year, you have an invite. Like I said, the Battle Royal, it's invitational every year. We try to make it known if people want to participate. All they have to do is say, "Can I?" And 99 times out of 100, it's most likely a yes. Unless it's at last minute, and then that's where the 1 time out of 100 you get a no. But every year, every summer, we have the Battle Royal. The latest Battle Royal we had was probably mid-September. And I don't like doing that. Having it tomorrow is still redlining my limits. The earliest is always June. Yeah, it gives you more than enough time to work on a passport. Yeah, exactly. Jazz shows up and interacts. He doesn't have a match, but he always does something. Whether it's making remarks or getting involved. I think he got involved like twice. In his history, but he's a decent guy to work with. I would love for him to be a little more involved. Who knows? Maybe if the storyline breaks out with Claypot and Jamie, where they have a match, we're gonna need a ref. Maybe he can ref. Fuck, that would make Jazz like our tallest ref on record then. Our smallest was Katrina.
Katrina, so tiny that even when the other guys could pick her up and throw her back and forth like
Yeah.
a ball to play catch with.
A ref so small that we could play pass. And the only ones that know of that was me, Joker, and Katrina. Just because Joker and myself got drunk for my birthday, and we played pass. He picks her up. She's so small. Look how small she is. Here, hold her. I'm like, yeah, I know. Passed her back to him. He's like, man, I can curl her all day. I'm like, yeah, you pretty much could. Oh, fun drunken times.
I almost wish I was as light as her. Almost.
No, you don't.
I said almost, not do wish.
I don't like being that light. Well, Zombie, you got the invite now. We just keep you posted on when it is. Looking forward to seeing you next year if that works out. Yeah.
In case you didn't already know, getting into Canada is easy.
Just getting into the States is hard. Yeah, Zombie, even if you just want to, like, freaking be the wrestling fan, you can show up. Doesn't cost you anything. I don't think any of our shows will, unless we're end up being more of a legit business where we have to answer the tax man at the end of it all. But I don't see that happening until we get a ring. That's how I see it. Will we get a ring? Yes, we will. When? Don't know. For getting a ring, we kind of need something to transport it in and transport it. Once we get a ring, I think venues will open up to us and for better time. We might have an event this year or maybe next year that might be earlier. Who knows? I might have a private backer, private partner. There we go. Private partner that's willing to split the difference. Whether he's serious or not, I don't know. I would have to look more into it. But that's only to rent out the current venue. That's not getting a ring or anything. So by the sounds of it, I think, well, obviously the mic works. I'm going to take off the mic and hopefully there's not some sound issues, because if there is, it's going to be making it really, really fun for the Battle Royal. Because I was just realizing, I'm like looking, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to have the mic hooked up to the computer while we're live streaming the Battle Royal, because that's not going to be a whole lot of fun. Nope. Okay, so.
I guess that means I have to turn my volume up, eh?
If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, so. Just to show that I don't have that. Yeah, I'm just listening to hopefully it works. Do you think once we get the ring, something like the Battle Royal will still be done without a ring. Don't know. I don't know, Vic. As much, I kind of want to say that we want to do the Battle Royal without a ring. And, well, it's just been a...
It's a lot quieter, but there's no background noise.
A lot quieter, eh? I wonder if it's due to... Where is that friggin' thing? Oh, right here. Right? No. Taskbar settings? No, wouldn't be taskbar. It'd be devices. Find setting devices. Manage audio. Should be manage audio. Speakers, recording, microphone. Properties. Let's use this device. Levels. Oh. Only set at half. So let's mute. There we go. And how's that? Or not? Why is that not showing up? Okay. Levels. Mic boost. Let's see if that works. Oh wow, did that ever? If I take that off. Hello? Nope. Okay, so let's go with this and
you know
that.
what would be nice is if you actually let the results come through before you...
I'm watching the microphone bar, and the bar is going like this, so I can see what my playback is like, instead of waiting whatever delay I have. See? I'm trying to work with it so it's nice. I think that's okay. Yeah, see? Think. Okay. Let's see. Wow, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours. This year's Battle Royal will be glorious. No, I won't give in. Live streaming, heck yeah, will be glorious. Yeah, well, live streaming will be epic in every sense. I am.
Am I still hearable on it from all the way over here?
Say that again?
Am I still hearable on there from all the way over here?
Yep.
Okay.
Why?
Because you have to realize, love, that when the event's going on, it's not always going to be right in front of the camera. So you need to make sure that microphone is going to be picking up far enough away to be able to get most, if not all, of the sound.
Well, I can do sound check when we're there, because then that way I can...
Yeah, okay.
That way I can, test. if I need to add the boost to the microphone more, because the boost is only 10.
Okay.
I think I got another boost after that.
Okay.
Plus the microphone's only at 70 itself.
Okay, well, something you did during that did cause a little bit of a feedback. I was getting some fuzzy noises out of it at one point. I don't know what you did to it because you turned it back off or something, but there was a little bit of feedback.
Okay. Well, like I said, we'll do sound check when we get in.
Okay.
I got kiddo this weekend. She's sleeping.
She'll be going to her uncle's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow kiddo will not be in attendance.
Her mother has made it very clear that that's not allowable.
Yeah. I caved on this. I'll gladly admit it, but I stressed that I want to work on it till understanding is clear and everything else, and her biggest worry that was didn't want me to traumatize kiddo, and I don't want that either. But not saying what we do is attitude era style. It's just accidents happen. So until I can work and rectify that little issue, kiddo will not be in attendance at the Battle Royal, but we try to offer a family-friendly environment. Always have. Just certain people doesn't have a family-friendly environment mouth. Not naming names.
Vic.
I said I'm not naming names.
You didn't, I did.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'm not naming names. Yeah, what can I say, Vic? You're the bad boy in the whole entire group. But you're such a swell guy. Okay, so, yeah, we got kind of live stream working for tomorrow night. There might be another camera angle. Sweetie, dear, can you pass me the cam?
The what?
The camera?
Why?
Because I'm going to try.
And have double camera going?
Yes, just to see. Gotta love, I'm experimenting everything.
Live?
That, yeah. Live, why not? I will myself in here. See, on. Yeah, he does have a bad mouth. But not. Yeah, it's weird. It's just me and Dozer that actually don't really cuss. And out of everybody, Claypot, as you listed, well, mind you, no, Claypot doesn't really have a potty mouth.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Wanna know why?
We have kids.
That's exactly what it is.
Man, I got kids. Well, I got a kid. They have kids. Yeah, so we are beta testing everything. Just like the last stream. So, I think it's more his character. Yeah, it is. It is definitely more his character. I'm just hoping that this works. Yeah, you're okay. Your kids, Vic, not any of your product. Him VIP. All the testing, man. All the testing. Testing. But hey, I want to try and make sure like this goes smoothly, because after all, bombs for breakfast and technical difficulties go hand in hand like you wouldn't believe. So, I am hoping devices, video, where are you? Well, there we go. Now I just got moved, reorganized. And this all happened. Oh crap, monkeys! God, dang it! Oh man. Okay, so well, I was trying to move something, and it ended up bringing look at my forehead. There we go. Let's see. I think that should be okay. How do I make this workspace bigger? If I made the workspace bigger, I can do a lot of stuff. What are you using to stream? X broadcaster. Split broadcaster. That's what I'm using. Twins, yeah, I know, twins. Fuck. Okay, so how do I get my workspace bigger? Or being able to make everything smaller to make my workspace bigger? Probably just gonna have to make shit fit, I guess. All I can do. Right? It's all I can do. And I can't see the comments right now, but okay, nothing has changed on comments. I would need to know if anybody.
What are you using to stream OBS from Big Boss?
Yeah, I know. I saw the comments.
From Zombie.
There we go.
That concentration face from Zombie.
Yeah, I know. You can see really good detail in this camera.
And haha, right from Vic.
Guess that kind of works. What I have now. Yeah, as you can see, there's a tiny little webcam. And it's like kind of zooming in on every crack in my forehead. Fucking sweet. Okay, so now. There we go. Oh. Okay, so. Want it like that. Well, it's at least close to uniform. I'm only showing it at 66% of what it could be at full height. But I guess sound is okay.
Yeah, the colors are off though.
Oh yeah, I just want it working. I really do. If it can read, it can read. So yeah, Battle Royal. That is now up there. Oh, wait. Okay, Battle Royal now looks like we'll have 2 camera angles. Probably this exact same layout. Just I do not know where this this camera will be, but it will try and capture everything. It has decent length of cord, as you can see. It won't be moving. Vic says a slight crackle with the sound, but that's fine. The color's no biggie, adds to the style.
Yeah, if he hasn't learned by now, I'm a freaking perfectionist.
Yeah. Everything's gotta be by the book.
Why the hell do you think there hasn't been another serious accident?
We're too stupid to have another accident. We've just been breaking everything else.
That's true.
Let's see. Yeah, so 2 camera angles. Colors will be different. We'll have the laptop, which I'm using, obviously, if you can't tell. It will capture one angle, and this lovely camera here will Vic says, too bad you're with BFB then. Nothing's perfect. Yeah, so 2 camera angles. Might not actually have need a camera person. We might, just in case, who knows.
Should always have a camera person just in case.
Yeah, because after all, nothing's perfect, right, Vic? Might need a camera person as backup, which might be that person right there, reading a book. Who knows? We'll see who would be a camera person when we get there. Who can do it? Who knows? Maybe Lady May might be a camera person. We got like so many options. Pretty much all this right now is just a little bit of product of certain circumstances that happened to me. So I'm trying to give back to, or put something into this company. Vic, I remember you wanted live streams. I don't know if Ashley will be coming. I think it all depends on if their babysitter bails on them at last minute. At the same time, like I was saying, Vic, you were wanting to live streams for our events. And now we can. Whether or not how easy it is for us to set it up should be okay. Battle Royal, what better event to actually try and do a live stream for Bombs for Breakfast than our WrestleMania. I think that would... I can't think of any other event to try and do it. I'll probably do the same setup as what I got going on right now, which will most likely be... I don't know if the camera will pick it all up, but pretty much that. I'll just have the broadcaster and the pop-out chat. So that if need be, if we need to randomly see what people are saying, we can bring it on into the show. There's a few people I know that really want to come to our shows, but timing is a bit off for them. They suggested a live stream, so that's when I suggested to. Glad to see it's happening. Hey, I was all for it Vic. It was just making it happen, and now we're making it happen. As much as my main focus was, oh, we need a ring, and then we can see it. But given the circumstances and everything, I'll check something else off the list. Because after all, the free-for-all, that was epic in every sense. Even up to the ladder buckling underneath us. As much as we practiced, rehearsed at Twisters, and just kind of did a dry run on the ladder without actually pulling the move. Because after all, I had an inkling that if anything was going to go wrong, it would be during the dry run. And if that ladder broke, we would have been hooped. Ladder still broke. We were still hooped. But we made it work. But I could just imagine if we broke it during a dry run and really throw the game book right out. But this is another reason when it comes down to bombs for breakfast and technical difficulties, this is something I have to test before it happens. So I didn't want to be like, hey, let's try this and set it up and fail. So it's not failing now. We tried to do a live stream quite a few times in one day last week. And I felt defeated because everything that could go wrong went wrong. Couldn't get proper sound, couldn't do a lot. I don't know what I did to fix it, but I fixed it. I think the main issue was me watching myself on the stream. So with that being kiboshed, it's working. Right now I just got sound crackle. That might be just because it's picking up sound off of this, which I probably could fix. Let's see, maybe. I don't know how bad the sound crackle is, but I'll see if it is picking up two microphones. If it is picking up two microphones, I can just shut one of them off. Yeah, okay, I hear it. So I do need to shut one microphone off, if I can find it. Let's see. You make it sound like Bombs for Breakfast isn't yours, Vic. And Bombs for Breakfast is as much yours as it's mine and everybody else's. No, it's disabled. Weird. I have no idea. Why it would be like that. Maybe it's just due to how close this is. Let's see here. What we got going on? Make this stay. We got some tilt going on. That was awesome. So let's tilt you the other way then. Will you tilt? Will you stay? Should you stay or should you go? Okay. Okay. Well, it's not that. I don't know. In either case, maybe the worst case scenario is some sound crackle. I might actually have to amp up the microphone when we're in the big venue. It doesn't like that, right? Okay, so let's go like that. No, it won't let me do it that way. Oh, there we go. That works. Okay, I can finally say that now that I was able to say bye to free for all. It was the one thing holding me back from being a full timer. People have to do free for all. Needed to end it. Should I stay or should I? Yeah, well, freaking look, with the Fallout and everything that happened when my run with you guys, I was looking forward to Free For All 5. I was in the third one. I was in the fourth one. I was looking forward to like losing the belt to you and having that kind of a chip. It was like I can be better. I know I can. I screwed up with my entrance. I did a lot of stuff wrong that I could have done better. And what came out of it came out. But I know you had a lot of worries and you would rather not deal with so many headaches if they arose. And I'm the same way. But when it comes down to my actions and everything, I won't jeopardize what I want to do to create shit. I'm not that much of a dick. I have that self-awareness to be like, you know what, there's other people to think of, and there's more moments here than I need to create a bad one. So, but that's just the type of guy I am, and you're very much similar to me, Vic. I know that, and you and I kind of have the same way of thinking of there's a time to be a dick, and there's a time not to. 99% of the time, we wish we can just be a dick 24/7. But we'd have to deal with people. So in order for us to be that way, we'd have to kill people. And then we wouldn't have a reason to be a dick, so then it's just a vicious cycle where we just end up just spiraling. Not fun. So we take a bullet for the team. Let's see. This is probably the longest behind the circus episode ever. I know the interview, the one-on-one interview between me and you, Vic, that was a two-parter, and it was probably 2 hours. There's no way we did that in a day, right? No way. In either case, though, for behind the circus, which I haven't even talked much about, the future of this kind of side series is going. Doing live stream and everything opens more venue opportunities for behind the circus, which chances are, 2 for each. Yeah, okay, so 4 hours, close to, whatever it may be. Which means I'll probably, for behind the circus, instead of having the bomb, or I might have the bomb and another arch, which would be behind the circus, and whatever event I may be, that we would be coming up to, having up. We did that in a day, and the stuff for the gaming channel. Yeah, we did. We just produce and produce, man. We're like, we are bombs for breakfast. We create bombs, no matter what day of the week it is. But, Bane, bomb, monkey work. Yeah, so I'll probably create a behind the circus poster for this kind of stuff. I love the fact that I can do art while recording. I love this stream broadcaster. It's all that allows me, because anything else didn't. So, and I love how people had like whatever they were advertising while they were streaming or while they were recording. So I love that. Dude, friggin' for the longest time, you and I were like inseparable twins growing up. Like, you and I were on the same wavelength 90% of the time in school. And then you throw Kyle Lohendorf and Corey Charlie into the mix, and Samantha Burley, and
the rest of the gang.
No, that was the gang. The five of us. So, fuck, we gotta get Corey Charlie down here. Get his freaking long-haired bump monkey ass over. Freaking, I couldn't believe he was staying at the freaking Best Western months ago. Doesn't let us know until he was like fucking leaving. God damn, little fucking shit. Against everyone. Yeah. It was either us against everyone or us against Chris Forsyth. Chaz, not so much. I didn't have a beef with Chaz. I had a beef with Willie. Willie was always like joking, not joking. Or not joking, joking type guy. And it's like, you know what? Whatever, dude. But Chris Forsyth, he was definitely a thorn in mine, Corey's, and Kyle's backside, especially grade 7. He pissed. And Kyle, for a guy who always smiles, I never saw him pissed until grade 7, when he was pissed at freaking Chris. So, and screw Willie. Yeah, Willie, Sam Bear, or Blair. What was the other guy? Andrew? Or fuck, who was Willie always around with? Willie, Sam, and Aaron? Fucking cool click, whatever it was. Can't remember his name. Then there's Christian, Nick. Like, that was like one era of my life I really wish I didn't care about. The only time I really didn't mind it was the fact of like running in sports. Wasn't as good as those guys, but goddamn, I can keep up. Until my asthma affected me. Fuck, I hated my asthma that age too. Held me back. And then what do? I go contract having a heart attack, and then that just really totally fucks up my system. So yeah, now I got a whole bunch of fucking barriers to break through.
You should always mention your heart attack that is your own damn fault.
Yeah, I know it was my own goddamn fault for having a heart attack, drinking 6 energy drinks in an hour. Yes, I know it's my fault. I live with that fact every day since then.
Yes, and now you're a living warning to everybody else not to do the same thing. Luckily for you, you are living.
For the moment. I know there was a lot of days where you could kill me. The system is down. What system? I'm confused.
Oh, I'm getting some major ricochet. Or feedback.
Or it could just be sound. gotta really pay attention to. Oh yeah, okay. My system. Yeah, I think the microphone is picking up certain speech, little pops and whatnot. Probably try and turn the sound devices. Probably turn it down a bit. It's either that or up the microphone, down the boost.
Oh, don't do that up there. Get down.
He's not working.
Yes, he is.
No, he's gonna swallow it.
Yeah.
See, he swallowed it.
You're so gross, Earl.
If he's gonna bring it up, it sounds a lot wetter. That was dry. All he's trying to do is move it. I know. Sorry, cat was being weird and freaking out the missus. Properties.
I had a little shiver of thrill when you said that.
Up that. Turn that down. What does that do? How quiet is that? It might do for now. Yeah, I think the popping and everything might be gone, so. We might have popping and whatnot tomorrow night. Who knows? There's definitely going to be people hitting the mats and everything else like they usually do. Bodies flying everywhere. Touching on tomorrow, I don't know, like, thought of what I'm hoping to expect, what I would like to see, that kind of sort of deal. But like, I don't even know how it's gonna end. This battle royal is actually usually some of the battle royals is hi. You made a debut appearance. Bravo. And now you occupy one freaking camera. Bravo, cat.
That's what?
Occupies one camera. There we go. Blocks my whole face. You can kind of see his hair. That's nice. Yeah, that is a camera cat. Yeah. You just gotta be a prima donna, don't you? Yeah, the head comes back in. Yeah, you're just gonna park your ass right there, aren't you? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. No, it's okay. Hey, if he wants to stay there, he can stay there. Cat eye, cat nose. Yeah. Gotta love this kind of stuff. Felines, what can I say?
Meow.
For this most battle royals, it has kind of a to walk out with the belt, who's to lose, that kind of stuff. And Vic, I know you messaged me earlier, message everybody about eliminations. I think I'm just going to let everybody know the order, because I crashed as soon as I got home today, so that ate up like 3 hours of my time and everything else. But like I said, there's usually an order of things for Battle Royal, and this one, there is some order, but the ending right now is not quite determined. And I won't know the for sure ending until the event. So there is a little nervousness in my voice about this event, but there's excitement because there is an idea floating around for tomorrow night, and it may or may not happen. And if it does happen, it's going to make me happy. If it doesn't, then there's always next year. But the Battle Royal, I think for me, if there's any event for me to come back into, it's got to be the Battle Royal. And it's the best place for me to get all my rust off, get back into the groove, set the bar like we always do. Alright, bye, Kitty. Next year, you're a rear zombie. Oh yeah, I can see it next year. Zombie Warrior versus, what did you put it, Vic? The Grim Reaper of Palms for Breakfast? Backwards better, my goal is to be. Yeah, for whatever reason, the first Battle Royal had a bad accident. So now, if any of us come back, we want to be back at the Battle Royal. Look at Claypot. Freaking free for all. I think he came back for a Battle Royal, and then that's when he kind of started getting back in the groove of things. But there's just so much about the Battle Royal and its history. It's not really, depending on who you ask, it has its own prestige to it, but there's just something about it that's kind of different.
It doesn't have anything in it. See? It's a bag.
Kind of different, but to me, the Battle Royal, how I can sum it up in my head, is kind of like Fight Club meets Def Jam Vendetta. To me, that's what Bombs for Breakfast is. Where I would love to see Bombs for Breakfast go from here, the high end would be like the Def Jam games minus Icon. Yeah, just Vendetta and Fight for NY. That style in a Lucha Underground arena setup. I don't want to be traveling from city to city. I want a hole-in-the-wall warehouse that's all we do. I don't want to go lugging a ring from city to city. I want people to like our style, come to us. If you can't come to us, we'll stream it. Let's see. It's just the whole roster together. Have we had better events than that? Sure, but to have everyone there fighting for the prize is just awesome. I know with Vic, his first answer will be Mr. Butt. And I think that is like the answer of like 90% of the roster.
That's very true, but Mr. Butt's not around.
Yeah. So.
It'll be a better family reunion than usual.
Yeah. But still, like, that's what the Battle Royal is a big giant family reunion. Ideally, what I would love is to get Joker and Rev at a Battle Royal. It would just be in the audience, I don't care. Vic goes, yeah, I was gonna say El Toro, but yeah, that butt guy. Yeah. See, I know you. But if I had Rev and Joker show up,
That'd be awesome.
it would be a family reunion at a Battle Royal. Because those were the first guys that helped lift Bones for Breakfast off. Because it was Rev and then Joker? Or was it Clay and then Joker? I think it was Clay and then Joker, yeah. Clay, Joker, and then Battle Royal, so yeah. Team Thriller, Clay, Joker, Battle Royal. That was like the first event. And then we did what? Doubleheader, BBQ, BFB's BBQ. I think we did great Canadian Winter Bash. That was the first year. But yeah, like I said, it's usually a family reunion, and the two guys that I would love to see at Battle Royal is Joker and Rev. It's going on 11 o'clock. Been streaming what? Almost 3 hours? Something like. Oh, you showed up again? Do you want your spot? No? You just on the arm? Okay. Very well then. Yeah, the first match.
About 2.5 hours left.
The first match in BFB was Vic Boss versus Rev and Thriller. Clay was the ref, Innovator was my helper, and Vaughn was on camera. Yeah. So, well, that's not too bad. Freaking, since the first event, all we're missing is Rev for the founders of Bombs for Breakfast, literally. You're going to try. Well, then just do it. Do it. I think after the event, Vic, you and I should get together, get another episode squared off. Alright, Zombie. 1 year. Less than a year. I'm hoping. Mind you, your last issued challenge was a year. You didn't show. So you're behind the 8 ball right now. Just so you're aware.
Stop being a chicken.
Don't hide behind excuses. Yeah, so next year, Zombie, yeah, you have an invite. All you have to do is get to it. When next year it will be, I don't know. I won't know until probably February, March. because that's usually when I try to get all the family, and we start trying to plan our events. First, we ask, okay, how many events would we like to do this year? Then we see, okay, who can show up? What's everyone's availability? When can we start the first one? Where do we want the last one? And then we plan that way. Like I said, Battle Royal is usually between June and September. So there's June, July, August, September, well, beginning of September, so just a little over 3 months. Okay, August 3rd to the 6th. When is that? Let me look at my calendar. That, I would love to see if that was actually, alright, August. Okay, so that is through a weekend. Okay. I was gonna say, if you gave me like that number and it was through the week, be like, we never do a battle royal on a weekday. Never ever. And we'll never do it on a Sunday.
That means lots of super, super pretty dresses that I'm jealous of.
Go back to your book. Yes, as you slowly raise it over your nose.
I can't help it if I like the dresses, okay?
Fair enough. Yeah, well, after all, we try to plan the battle royal for everybody to show up. Try to keep that. That's always on my mind, but it's always on everybody's back of the mind. So, I know back when February rolls around, you're going to say the same thing. Can't do it this date. And then there's probably a couple other dates that you probably can't say. Or can't do when we get closer. And Polnosh is now over my right shoulder. He's like, why the fuck are you still on the computer? Yeah, you keep flicking that tail, cat. Yeah. You are so not impressed with me. And I don't know why. Is it because I'm in your spot? I've been sitting here every day for the past week. Yeah. Okay. No. I won't even bring it up. It was during the week. But yeah, like I said, Zombie, just check in with me next year. If anybody knows when an event happens, it's me, because I'm usually the one that goes and tries to book the venue. I'm the bookie, the booker. You're impressed with me? What did I do? I've been streaming this long and it's been kind of entertaining. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't usually ramble, and this I can do no problem. What can I say? I got 2 cameras on me, so that just magnifies my characteristics. Let's see. Battle Royal, September 2nd, which is tomorrow, which is like less than an hour, or no, not really, just over an hour. Langley venue, address is up there. Thanks, Vic. Cat's not impressed, but you are. Okay, you're a good man. Good man. But like I said, Vic, after this event, we gotta schedule another episode of our side project. Another channel. That will be known later. Should be known later this year. We have a couple ideas. First episode was awesome. let's see. Battle Royal tomorrow should be a blast. We're open at 9, but we're trying to get the event started at 9:30. We usually utilize right up until we have to get out of there, and that's 11. So no intermission. Whoa, cat, really? Whip your tail right by my face? Really?
Yes.
You're really not impressed. I'm paying attention to a camera and not you. That's why. Prince friggin' Purball.
He's Prince Pretty.
Purball.
Pretty.
Anyways, yeah, so the event is the match event itself should be an hour and a half. They allow us to go a little bit over, but we clean up a lot faster than we set up. Probably because by the time we have to clean up, we're hurting. We don't want to be lifting and dawdling. We just want to go. So, yeah, Langley venue, 9:30. Live streaming will be 9, just quarter after 9, I would say, Pacific time. Whatever time zone you're watching this, figure out what Pacific time is, if it's behind or ahead of you, and calculate it that way. But just know that it's 9:30 Pacific time. Keep getting this high CPU usage detected, and I'm barely running anything. Having this stream is gonna help, I hope, exponentially. Can't wait to see how many views we get just from the live stream itself. Hoping that goes on without a hitch. And now you're sleeping. Good. If not, we'll probably have a camera. We should have a camera just in case. One way or the other, it's always recorded. Just live streaming would be best. Yeah, I don't think I can touch on anything else. I've done pretty much summary up from last behind the circus up until now. What's been going on in terms of Bombs for Breakfast and myself. Still toying with the idea of a kind of a GoFundMe campaign. Haven't really ironed out what will be produced for it in terms of the fundraiser, but I spent a lot of time toying with that, and I've seen so many successful and so many not so much successful kind of campaigns. I'm looking into the reward one. Might have to figure out a time and date where I can get everybody to sit down and get some portraits done. Because that is definitely, I know, one thing where a lot of people would probably want is pictures of your favorite BFB character. Of course, it would be current at that point. I don't think I'll be able to get anybody from past to show up. If we get new people, we might do retakes, might get updates. But yeah, looking to get portraits done. I know of a person that still is doing photography. Another possibility, everybody likes t-shirts, so I'm toying with a couple ideas on how I want to present t-shirts. Obviously, the roster will get special t-shirts. And maybe if we do a GoFundMe, maybe a special rank one. We'll get a copy of a t-shirt. You must be bored, Vic. But yeah, t-shirts, portraits. I was talking to Lady May, and she's like, "Oh, bombs for breakfast cereal." Like, no, I'm not ripping off New Day and all that sort of funky jazz. If anybody wants to create bombs for breakfast cereal, go right ahead. But with everything else, another possible idea was if you donate X amount, you might be the bookie for the upcoming event. Or I would try and schedule a event that ends or that starts after the fundraiser date has passed, and book like a couple matches where the people who donate, they actually make a match and we have to do it. Might be 1 or 2 matches, and no matter what Bombs for Breakfast is doing storyline wise, that's gonna be, we just do it. Yeah, because maybe for like that kind of event, maybe I'll break it down for a longer time, and hopefully we can get everybody involved. I'm just looking for anything that we can that would help raise money. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking about that too. Starting a Patreon for the channel where people just monthly give in and we just do shoutouts. It really helps that we have live stream now too. So,
here's the thing: if you're gonna do that, you need to make sure that you're regularly putting out content every month. You can't skip them.
Yeah, that's one thing is we have to put out content every month. Something. And usually we do. We have a promo or something or other. And even if I end up doing, if I have to cut an update middle in the month, that's still some sort of content and still showing the public, hey, I appreciate it. I've just been stupidly busy with work and getting everybody together.
As long as you're making sure that you're putting out enough to make it worthwhile for the people on Patreon to continue to support.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
I don't know, like Vic, I keep all this in mind. I want to talk to everybody, like, when we wrap up everything. Because that is, like, the big thing. If we get Patreon and we can get people that pay monthly or pay one-time fee, whatever. But if we can do that, I don't see, maybe we can get the ring just that much faster. Yeah, that's another thing. We gotta make sure we get our name out there. I know a person was asking me how I can help without being in there, and I'm like, well, just pass our name around. It's all I can do. I've been doing it for 6 years. Not a lot of people like us, but goddamn. My freaking local wrestlers are laughing at us just for the simple fact of the name of our company. I'm sorry, but we're different. That's what we aim to be. We aim to be different. But yeah, let's see these live streams behind the circus and our events. Promos won't be live. What else? Like we have the ability to reward people. It's just we also gotta see what people want from us. T-shirts I know would be that's a given. Everybody likes t-shirts. Outside of that, who knows? Sky's the limit with what we could do. All we'd have to do is have another barbecue and sit down and be like, okay, ideas, means, everything else. But I think going that route, that I would really love to go that route. It's either a Patreon or a GoFundMe, because GoFundMe I think has a deadline. If we don't meet the means of our goal, then we don't have to do jack shit. But Patreon, we're obligated, so that's kind of where I'm like trying to weigh the pros and cons of fundraising. I guess it also kind of helps having a 7-year-old daughter too. She could probably pass the word around. She's been doing really good at friggin' letting everybody know that I can imitate Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, so...
Can you imitate Stitch now?
No!
Why not?
Stitch does not belong on Bombs for Breakfast.
Please?
No.
But Stitch is so cute.
Yes, and I am not cute. So there.
You may not be cute, but you're also not supposed to be normal, and being embarrassed at doing Stitch is normal.
I never said I was embarrassed at doing Stitch right now.
Totally are.
If you think so. Let's see, I bought a t-shirt from Jeremy at last year's Red Carpet Rumble for the yearly pay-per-view for wrestling promotion. Nice! But yeah, I've been rambling on for quite a while. Cat, looks like he's gonna either chew my hair or kill me.
2 hours, 40 minutes.
Zombie, I will not bust out my Stitch voice. Not today.
Please?
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 No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
If you're gonna say that, you gotta do it properly.
Why? You're not doing yours properly, so ha! So, with that being said, I might do my Stitch voice another time, but not tonight. My head's more on Battle Royal. Battle Royal. Battle Royal. I scared you, cat. I know I did. Alright, so, yeah, everybody catch the Battle Royal. Show up. Being there in person helps out a lot. Because every guy that wrestles, we do so much better with more people that show up. 4 likes, someone else is here. Participants? Participants is just me, Vic, and Zombie. And I did not like my video. I know, what is wrong with me? What was I saying? I totally lost what I was saying. I can't believe that.
Stitch Boys, you're gonna do it.
No, I wasn't. Nice try. I should be getting off and probably gaming. Hi, cat. Yes, hi. May not like felines, but I don't mind petting them. Anyways, I should be ending the stream. Catch the Battle Royal. If you can show up, it would be awesome, because we perform so much better with people there. We react better. If you can't, live stream is a nice consolation prize. Bust it out in the chat. We'll be looking at freaking the chat history and everything.
Come here, purr baby. Come on.
And everything else. So, any support, like, share, comment, dislike. I don't care if you dislike. You can dislike the video 1,000 times. You can dislike the channel. But as long as you subscribe to the channel, I don't care. You can dislike the channel. Yeah. This year, we're going to try and really get some steam going here. Battle Royale should be awesome. There's a lot of ideas. Now, whether they're duds or they explode, you'd have to see tomorrow night. It's less than 24 hours, people. 24 hours from now, we're packing up and heading our way back. 21 hours, we'd be amped up, ready to go. Other than that, I want to say goodbye. Thanks for showing up. We had Jamie, Vic, Zombie Warrior. Zombie Warrior is invited to next year's Battle Royal.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Take care. Check out the Battle Royal. Can't say that enough. And the monkey presses the button.